If you've been around a while, there's a chance you've probably heard of this little anime and manga called Naruto. The series focuses on a boy named Naruto Uzumaki, who lives in the world of ninjas and seeks to become his village's leader, the Hokage. For the course of this year, I've had the pleasure of getting into the series, and man, what a journey it's been. It's definitely been a long one, about 300 to 400 episodes in fact, but I can't say I don't enjoy it. The story of this knuckle-headed ninja has touched my heart in ways I couldn't imagine. However, this video essay isn't about him. The great part about this anime is that there's so many great characters like Kakashi, Gaara, Rock Lee, Hinata, and Tsunade, but the one I want to look at today is Shikamaru Nara. More specifically, I'd like to look at his character development and the Yggrasill suppression arc. Furthermore, there's a certain scene I want to talk about, but now, let us build to that moment and why it spoke to me so much. Without further ado, grab your popcorn and your lightsabers, and let's swing on into this. When I was first introduced to the character of Shikamaru Nara, I didn't think too much of him. He just seemed like a lazy guy who didn't really care about anything, but over time, I started to grow fond of him. One aspect that many people will probably take notice of is his intelligence. According to my research, Shikamaru has an IQ of about 200 or more, and it shows in the series. One of the best aspects of this is his fight with Temari in the Chunin exams. This fight was a great showcase of his battle strategy at full force. Even though he ends up quitting due to being out of chakra at the end, his performance was so impressive that he was the only Leaf Shinobi who got promoted to Chunin at the end of the arc. Shikamaru is not a super strong ninja by any means, but he more than makes up for it with his battle strategy and overall intellect. There's also his amazing leadership present in the Sasuke retrieval arc. When Sasuke Uchiha went rogue, the newly appointed Hokage, Tsunade Senju, tasked Shikamaru with creating a team to assist him in bringing Sasuke back. Instead of just making a team with all powerhouses, he instead brings together people who he knows will assist each other well. Even though the mission fails, none of that was because of his ability to lead people. This would also serve as a great lesson and motivator for him going forward. Despite him being inactive most of the time, one thing he never slacks in is how he treats his friends. He became friends with Naruto Uzumaki and Choji Akamichi, both who were ridiculed by their respective villagers, but not Shikamaru. He even helped Naruto get through a difficult time in his life, due to them having a shared experience, but we'll get there. I also really like his relationship with Temari. It's very cool seeing them go from just being rivals as kids to allies as teenagers, and maybe even more in the future. Shikamaru has been my favorite Naruto character for a while now. It seems like there's just no end to the awesome moments he's part of, from his tactical skills in the Chunin exams, to his leadership in the Sasuke retrieval arc, all the way up to his character development in the Yggrasill suppression arc, also known as the Hidan and Kakuzu arc, lasted from episode 72 to 88 of Naruto Shippuden, and chapter 311 to 342 of the manga. The arc focuses on the Leaf Ninja trying to take down the immortal duo of the Yggrasill, Hidan and Kakuzu. On the surface, it just seems like a basic story. The Yggrasill are trying to capture more Jinchuriki and hurt more people, so we gotta stop them. It's nothing we haven't seen before. However, there's so much more going on here. What it lacks in a grander story, it more than makes up for with its great character writing. With the Yggrasill causing trouble yet again, the Hokage Tsunade issues out several squads to take them down. One of these squads consists of Shikamaru, his sensei Asuma Sarutobi, and these two guys. Asuma has been a mainstay in the series for a while now. He was the sensei of Shikamaru and his two teammates Shoji and Ino, and at this point, was well known by fans alike. He even got some time to shine in the filler arc that preceded this one, the 12 Guardian Ninja arc, which I did not watch. Sorry. As the arc continues, we see the squad mentioned before come face to face with the immortal duo, who I should probably explain further. Both of these villains are practically unkillable, and basically as their title suggests, immortal. Hidan is immortal through some ritualistic means, and Kakuzu is immortal because he has 5 hearts. Obviously, this means a fight against these two would not be as easy, and that was more than true. The immortal duo ended up overpowering the squad, nearly killing Shikamaru, Kotetsu, and Izumo. However, Asuma wasn't so lucky. This moment was shocking to see. At the time, not counting the third Hokage's death, we had never seen a major character die like this. Permanently die. There was no doubt about it. We had lost. After the fight, Asuma, in his last words, bids farewell to his students during a heartbreaking scene. It was hard to watch seeing these three say goodbye to the person who trained them, a person who was like a father to them, like family. Shikamaru's line at the end always hits me in the feels.
I can still feel his smoke in my eyes.
The episode following this one, episode 82 of the anime titled Team 10.
This is Team 10!
Shut up, we aren't talking about you. Focuses on the aftermath of this event and specifically showcases how Shikamaru reacts to it. We see the Leaf villagers at Asuma's funeral, all except for one, Shikamaru. We watch as he walks through the streets of his village, alone. The skies are cold and dark, and the atmosphere is melancholy. It's quiet, but that silence is deafening. That night, his father Shikaku decides to play a game of shogi with him. Shogi is a Japanese strategy board game made for 2 players. It's basically Japanese chess. The object of the game is to capture the opposing king by putting them in a checkmate. It's a strategy game perfect for a character like Shikamaru Nara. As Shikamaru and his father play the game, the only thing we hear is crickets chirping in the background, the sound of them playing pieces on the board, and their conversation. Shikaku takes notice of his son's reckless attitude in the game, to which Shikamaru says nothing. Their conversation eventually moves on to the Yggrasill and what Shikamaru plans to do next. It's obvious Shikamaru clearly isn't thinking right. His mind isn't in the right place, and his father can tell. After all, how could he think right? Asuma is... I haven't had the best year. There were a bit of hardships down the line, but the worst of them was that, like Shikamaru, I lost someone I loved. I knew this person for about 10 years, and even though we weren't related by blood, I still considered them to be a family, and even like a younger brother. When I had heard that our family would have to say goodbye to them soon, I grew very sad and depressed. I think all of us did. Like Shikamaru, I did my best to stay strong. I didn't want to cry until that day came for some odd reason. I don't know why exactly. I couldn't say. Maybe it's because I felt like I needed to be strong for my family and to give him some happy moments before he left us. I really don't know. As Shikamaru yells at his father for even mentioning the name of his sensei, feeling the guilt of failing to save him, Shikaku simply stands up and offers 4 simple words to him.
Let it out, boy.
He tells him to stop holding in all that emotion and just let everything out. The sadness, the anger, the fear, everything. If he keeps holding on to it, he'll only dig his own grave. So Shikamaru does just that. He cries. The next day, after I watched that episode, I went to babysit for the cat across the street from us. And I remember, as I laid on their bed, with the cat next to me, I did just as Shikamaru did. I cried. Losing someone isn't easy. I won't lie and say so. And when my dog passed, I felt like a piece of my soul was lost. But I am not alone. Neither is Shikamaru. And neither are you. We all face things like loss, grief, and pain. That's natural. And even though it hurts, we can lessen that pain with those around us. We can share our love with others and build bonds. Only then can we find the strength to overcome any obstacle life throws at us. Only then can we all become true shinobi, the kind of shinobi like Asuma Sensei. So as the holiday season approaches, I want to encourage you to spend time with your loved ones, your families, your friends, anyone you love. Remember, it doesn't have to be blood related. Just spend time with the people you love. Thank you to my family for all the love you've given me. Thank you to my friends who've brought me some amazing memories. Thank you to all my subscribers for being here along the journey. And thank you, Jake, for being in my life. Merry Christmas and happy holidays, everyone. As always, stay spectacular, and thank you.